One may ask themselves, what's the difference? Cram school, public school, Taiwan, what is this all about? Because we are used to just one type of school, public school. But now say cram school. What is cram school and what's the difference between a cram school and a public school? Do not worry, I got you. Okay, so welcome guys back to the channel. So today I am going to be talking about the difference between a public school and a cram school, so that if you are going to work in a public school and in a cram school, what's the difference? Is the pay the same? Are there any benefits? What difference are there when it comes to the benefits? So on this video I'm going to be talking about that, so sit back and I hope you're gonna enjoy this video. But before we start on the gist or everything that has to do with a cram school and public school in Taiwan, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who's watching. Thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed to the channel, who likes my video, who's sharing, who's engaging and appreciating the contents that I am giving to you guys. It really overwhelms me, and thank you so much for the support. I really do appreciate it. If it's your first time watching my video or the channel, I just want to warmly welcome you. And so on this channel, it's mostly all about teaching in Taiwan, everything that you need to know, the important things, and also just documenting my life and experiences and special moments that I have whilst I am living abroad as a Swazi. And before we get into anything, another thing, on another note, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe on the channel, guys. It's free of charge. You don't have to pay monthly fees. You don't have to, it's free. Just press on the red button, on the subscribe button. Please subscribe. We are on a road to 500 subscribers, guys. We are growing. Oh my word. Anyway, let's get right on to today's video. Okay guys, first things first. So in Taiwan there is what we call public schools, which are government schools. There are also international schools. I think by international schools it's more like a privately owned, where the moneyed people send their kids, I want to believe. And then we also have what we say cram schools, but the most famous one, the public schools and cram schools, where most people get employed and they come to work as foreigners in Taiwan to teach English and probably other subjects in English. So today I just want to talk about the difference between these two, your public school and your cram school. What's the difference? What's the difference between these two when it comes to contracts and everything in between that one may want to know about, and where there are options to see which one is better between the two. So I'm going to start. So I have this contract, which is my contract with the public school that I work at. And on the iPad, which I'm going to be looking at now and again, is a contract of someone who works in a cram school. And I am just going to be reading between the two so that one can know the difference. Because okay, in a public school this is what is offered, in a cram school this is what is offered. Then you can weigh your options, or even if it's not about weighing options, just to know and be well informed. Go see what's this and what's offered this side. So let's start with the first thing I want us to tackle or talk about is the duration of the contracts that are offered by these two institutions. So in public schools, government offers 1-year contracts for teachers to come and work in or teach in public schools. So my contract is a year. And if you're employed by TFETP or Teach Taiwan or Phoenix Group, your contract is going to be 1 year. And in that 1 year, you can renew your contract afterwards. And if you want to continue like teaching in Taiwan or in that particular school, you can renew your contracts. That's an option. But if you feel like no, I just want to teach for a year and probably go back home, you can also do that. But the good thing is that the contracts in public schools are very much renewable every year. And at TFETP, if you are placed in a particular school, you can, or you have the option of asking for a placement in another school after you complete your contract. Maybe you want to change, let me say you were teaching at an elementary school, you can ask to be placed maybe in a junior high, I want to believe, or basically, but mostly I know that you can change to another city, not the school or level that you teach at. So if you're in Taipei and you want to renew your contract, you decide to renew your contract the following year, you can ask to be placed at another city. But I don't, from what I have, like, they said that your reason has to be, you know, yeah, a very good one, I want to believe. You can't just, so you've left here, you've gone there, you know, yeah, but you have to have like a very sound reason why you're deciding on changing or being placed elsewhere. But that option is very much available to a foreign teacher after they complete their contract. And cram school, whereas in cram schools, contracts there are also a year too. But there are other schools, cram schools, that offer 2-year contracts. Some also offer 3-year contracts, which are also renewable. Yes. So that's a good thing about Taiwan. You can renew your contract every year, or after you complete it, you renew it, you continue working at your particular school. So that's the difference when it comes to the duration of the contracts that are offered between these two schools. Public schools, it's a year max, where else cram schools, it could be a 1-year contract, 2-year contract, or a 3-year contract at most. So that's it. And then moving on, we're going to be looking at the working hours. What are the working hours between these two? Let's start with public schools. So in public schools, the contract states that a teacher has 20 full working hours a week. Like mainly our 70 hour funzi, our that you have to work and teach. Like, so every week you have 20 hours, and the 20 hours is like every class. In an elementary school, a class is like 40 minutes long, whereas in a junior high school it's like 50 minutes long. I'm at elementary school, so my classes are 40 minutes long, and I have 20 hours per week, teaching hours a week. And moving to a cram school, cram schools, it differs. It's not the same for everyone, because cram schools work on the notion it depends on how many students that cram school has, how many classes do they also offer for students. So it depends on their clients, how many or how small they are. But then most people, you may find that if you're a full-time teacher in a cram school, you're going to work probably your 25 hours teaching hours a week, teaching hours. It could be 25 hours, it could be 27 hours. So the more hours you get in a cram school, the more pay you get, because the pay is based on the number of hours that you work. Let me explain. So cram schools pay you per hour. So if that particular cram school says their pay is 600 NT per hour, or 650 or 800 or 700, they depend on the location as well. Some schools in Taipei pay like 600, 650, 700. So it depends on also your qualification. So if your qualification is like, you know, so the pay grade is also gonna be higher. But let's just say the minimum should be 600 NT per hour. So you're going to calculate your pay. So you're going to be like 600 NT times the number of hours stipulated in your contract per week. Then you times 4 weeks. Then you're going to know, okay, per month, this is how much I'm going to be getting. Whereas in public schools, the government has a pay grade or pay scale that they use for teacher salaries. So this is how they do it. So they look at your qualification, if you have a bachelor's, master's, or PhD, and then the years of experience that you have. If you have 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, the more years you have, the more pay you're going to get, and the higher your qualification, the more pay too. So, and again, the pay scale that is used by the Ministry of Education for public school teachers in Taiwan is available online on the TFETP website. If you go onto the TFETP website, you search for the option for remuneration benefits, you click there, there's the contract is available for English teacher and the language assistant. So if you want to know more about the contracts and about pay scale and what, you can go there and read up, and then you see that, oh, okay, so if I have this qualification and this number of years, this is how much will be getting when I teach in Taiwan in a public school. So yes, that's it when it comes to the pay and the working hours, how it's calculated and how it's different. So yeah, okay, in Cram schools, if you feel like you are fit and you can work long hours, kudos, more money for you. So yeah, and moving on to the benefits, which I feel like this is where public schools are much more favorable compared to Cram schools, is that benefits are much more in public schools compared to Cram schools. Why do I say this? Because my public schools have many benefits, guys. Like, this is why I also like changed to and went to a public school, because I felt like, no, the benefits are enticing the site. Why not just go there? I mean, because I'm a teacher at the end of the day. So let me just look up my contracts and get to talk about these benefits and just read them. Where are they? Okay, first one is that you get reimbursed your flight ticket. So when you move from Eswatini and you come to Taiwan, you're going to buy the ticket yourself, but when you get this side, you're going to give your director to your school the receipts of your plane tickets, your boarding passes, you give them, and they're going to refund you back your flight ticket. That is when you come to Taiwan, and also when you go back home, when you complete your contract. So you're going in and you're coming out in Taiwan is very much funded by the school. And another benefit is that you can have a family member come visit you in Taiwan. So the school will pay or will reimburse you money when you decide that, no, I want my mom, my dad, my sister, my child, my husband to come and visit me in Taiwan. So you can buy them the ticket, and then they are going to refund you back the money. So there's that benefit. You would see you can have a family member come visit you in Taiwan. That's benefit number 2. Another benefit in public school is that you have housing allowance of that amounts to, that's like between $5,080 and also $10,080. But lo 10 has to do with if ning 2. Wait, what's the difference really? For $10,080 as housing allowance. But okay, yeah, renting allowance if you're single. But if it's a family, let me say I have a husband and we're both employed by TFETP, we're going to get the 10,000. But if you're alone, you get 5,000 as your housing allowance. Where else? Okay, I'm just saying about, let me just finish up with all the benefits of public schools. Housing allowance. And another one is the flight tickets should amount to $40,080 maximum. So if you buy a ticket, you have to look at, it's okay, it shouldn't exceed $40,080. They're gonna refund you back the money. And another benefit is in public schools is that you have annual leave days, you have personal leave days, you have sick leave days, you have menstrual leave days, you have maternity leave days, you have grief mourning days. These are fully paid. Okay, fully paid. Uyabhadalwa noma ngawuhleli ekhaya uva ngathi I'm tired, I want to rest, I'm not okay. Money is going to keep on rolling in even if you're not at work. So those are very that's a very good benefit. And you also have winter break, and you also have summer break, holidays paid as well. So when it's summer break, when it's winter break, you get to rest, but it's gonna get paid, money's gonna come in. A very good benefit. And yeah, that's about it when it comes to the benefits, which are more of like the important ones. And then when it comes to cram schools, so cram schools, like, it's not the same. If you want to take a day off at a cram school, it means you're not at work. So no work, no pay rule applies in Cram schools. Yeah, you can take your day off. You can, if you're not feeling okay, or if you want to take time off, one day off to get some rest, you want to go back home, you're gonna go and visit home, yeah, you can do that. But just know that the number of days you're not at work are going to be subtracted for your from your pay at the end of the month. So no work, no pay rule applies in Cram schools. And also, the unfortunate part is that if you are someone that wants to get to, what can I say, if you have like, you want to take time off, yes, then another benefit, there are no housing allowances. The only benefit that I know of, or that is my stipulated from this contract that I got, is that you only have like a performance bonus, yeah, of a certain amount of money. So because I would say that particular school is going to look at your performance every month, and they're going to give a certain figures. Okay, so this month, looking at the criteria that you have when it comes to your performance, this is how much money we're going to give you to say thank you for your effort, you know. So that's a good benefit, I want to believe. So the more of it to give in, the more money you're gonna get at the end of the month as a performance bonus. And I forgot to mention this one, is that in public schools, at the end of the contract, when you finish your contract, you're going to get performance bonus as well. You could see completion bonus, performance bonus, which amounts to, if you are going to get a grade of 80% and above, you get a full month's pay bonus at the completion of the contract. But if you get a grade that is like 70%, you get half a month's salary as a performance bonus. So these marks, they get them from the people who come and evaluate you. So every 2 months in your school, you're evaluated by your colleagues who are not your co-teachers. And then every semester, once a semester, some people from the MOE also come to like evaluate your teaching, come in your class, see you teach, and then they give you a mark and feedback on how you're teaching. So all of those marks, they calculate them, and then they see what's okay, this is the mark that you get from all the evaluations that you got throughout the academic year. So if the mark is like 80% and above, you're gonna get your 4 months pay as a bonus. But if you get 70, you get half months pay as your bonus when you complete your contract. Yes, I forgot to mention that one. So yeah, coming back to the Cram school, you have a performance bonus. Let me say a performance bonus at the particular Cram school is going to be 10,000 NT or 5,000 or 6, I don't know. It depends on the kind of school that you're at. Some schools don't offer these, some do, and that's a bonus I want to believe is very much motivating, and it requires you, it makes you want to work harder, you know, because who doesn't want money at the end of the day? So yes, guys, we have that kind of benefit in a Cram school. And I think others probably do have, but I only know of the performance one every month, and also an attendance bonus. Some schools also look at attendance. Do you get to work early? Are you always on time for your classes? Like, they monitor that. So if they see that no, you're always on time, you're never late, you know, you're very much punctual, they're going to give you a bonus at the end of the month, which is added on your salary. And also your dress code. Some schools also look at your dress code. How do you dress when you come to work? Are you tidy? Are you neat? If you are very much neat, they're going to give you a bonus at the end of the month, and how you dress and how neat you are, or how presentable that you are as the teacher. So that's another benefit that Cram schools also give to their teachers. So yes, and when it comes to, I think I mentioned about days off. Cram schools, days off, no work, no pay. If you wanna go home for a winter break, you can go, but no money's gonna get in. If you wanna go home summer break, you can go home, but no money's gonna get in. So yeah, that's basically the difference. So we will see some holidays are not paid, some are. Public holidays in public schools are paid. In Cram schools, yeah, it's a holiday, go and rest, but because you were not at work, there was no teaching done, no pay. Yeah, guys, that's about it. And I think that's much of like the the difference between these two. So I think one can then look at the way and see how one is like and the other, and which one is better or which one can work for them. But again, the good thing about cram schools is that you don't really need to be a teacher to work at a cram school. What do I mean by that? I mean that anyone with any kind of qualification can work at a cram school, because they train you on how to teach and what to teach. The material is there, the books that you're going to use are there, they give you and they guide you when you're still starting and you're probably someone who has no idea about how teaching is done or how to do the whole thing. So cram schools do that. They train you, they employ anyone, so long as you have a degree and you have your TEFL. And some don't require TEFL anyway, but again, I want to believe that if you have a TEFL and you're someone whose qualification is entirely different from teaching, you are going to put yourself at an advantage, and the school is going to see that no, you're someone who's willing to invest themselves in English teaching. So yeah, cram schools are good about that. They hire anyone so long as you have a degree or a certain qualification. Also a diploma, associate degree, people can come and work in cram schools even if it's not in teaching or education. So yeah, kudos to cram schools. However, public schools just want a teacher, someone who's like a teacher, especially if you're going to be applying for English teacher position, I mean to say, on TFETP. You have to be a teacher, you have to have a certification in education. Like, yeah, you stand a better chance. In as much as your major or your specialty cannot be in English teaching, maybe you are like, you have a specialty in RE, history, geography, agriculture. Like, so long as you have a certificate in education, a teaching license, you can work in a public school. So yeah, that's another difference between the two. So yeah guys, I want to believe that cram schools are like allowing anyone to come and work, in as much as maybe the competition is now very much high and it's not that easy to get a job anymore. But I want to believe that if luck is on your side, it doesn't matter what qualification you have, you can apply and get interviewed if they're impressed by what they see or what they hear when you speak, because the American accent is a very huge deal. I forgot to say this one, American accent. Cram schools want you to have an American accent because the parents want their kids to grasp the American accent. So if you have it and you can fake it till you make it, you can like be employed in a public school. Where else in a cram school, where else in public school, like, this thing of American accent kind of thing is not really a big thing. So because personally I never got to be like told, no teacher, please give the kids the American accent. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that you should come with your strong accent, because yeah, American accent, let's hold on to it and give them that accent because they want it. So anyway guys, yeah, that's about it about when it comes to the difference between these two. And I hope that I was able to like weigh the options, see how different they are, and so that one can have an idea, because it was confusing for some people who would like write to me and ask that what's the difference between a public school and a cram school. So I'm hoping that from this video one is able to now note the difference and see which one is going to work for them or which one they're going to go for. And I very much wish you all the best while you're applying, and the hiring season is approaching, which is like June, July most. It's like a peak season for hiring in Taiwan those months. So I wish you all the best guys, and I'm hoping that you're gonna get those job offers. You're going to be moving into Taiwan, you're going to be receiving good news when it comes to your applications. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. Thank you so much guys. Bye.